I'm homeless, and this is how I date. I shower and get ready at the gym, and then I take my stuff to storage since it's not that far. I Uber to and from the date, even though they usually ask to come and pick me up. I don't mention being homeless until the second or third date, but it hasn't been an issue so far.
Second or third date?
If you have a problem with me dating, just remember I'm homeless by choice, and unlike you, I don't have any rent to pay.
Now, generally speaking, I believe everybody should have some sort of love, but this ain't extreme. This ain't crazy. Recently, there's been this growing trend of people interacting in dating, sexual activities, partnering up without having a roof over their head. Now, it's not new terminology, but hobosexuals have been sweeping the nation, and usually that term has been reserved for the men. But nowadays, it's glorified and even accepted by a lot of the community to the point where women are becoming hobosexuals, like they're self-proclaimed hobosexuals. Literally, SZA's character in the recent movie that she put out with Keke Palmer has a hobosexual boyfriend, and it's because he has good peen, for lack of a better term.
Please, can I have the robe?
Sorry about that.
What in the Medusa, girl? I almost turned the song. I feel bad for even looking. My apologies. But it's all making sense. You gotta resist. I can't. I tried. Can make you wave at me.
Now, I'm seeing this trend start to rise because of two things. One, internet dating has shot through the moon. I mean, I think there's a stat that says like 50 to 60% of relationships start with online dating, which gives people the ability to hide who they truly are much easier than if you met them in real life. And two, hookup culture has become so pervasive. I mean, people are meeting people in one night and smashing them in the same night just like nobody's business. Doing things that only people would do that have been in a 2-year relationship, but on an instant whim, they are basically smashing and sleeping and meeting and greeting everybody in their lives.
I'm homeless, and this is why your man loves me. I'm just playing, kind of. So I got a hotel room for the night, and it's Valentine's Day, so these are the nails I'm doing. Speaking of love, when I did my dating while homeless video, one of the comments said, I don't need to be worrying about love. I need to get my life together. And I think people are forgetting that this is a choice. I was not evicted. When my lease ended, I decided I did not want to spend my money on rent for a while so I can save. The funny thing is, men don't have a problem with what I'm doing. It's always the women. The men actually respect it. And one thing about it, men like a damsel in distress. They like to feel needed. Not needed to pay your rent after talking for 2 days. Not needed to pay your light bill. You know how y'all do? Just know if I'm dating somebody, they make sure I'm good. And it's not the responsibility of a person I'm dating to put me in a house when it was my choice to not have one. I let a man help me when he wants to help, but I don't need him to survive, and that's why they love me.
Now, I don't know what part of the patriarchy makes you feel more masculine because this woman literally doesn't have a roof over her head, but one of my bare minimum requirements is that this person, have some shelter over their head. I don't know, by choice or by not choice, I just don't feel comfortable with you going back to your woodshed, trailer, or storage unit. That just doesn't seem like a safe thing to me. It doesn't turn me on. It doesn't get me horny. Like, I'm not excited about a person not having a roof over their head. I also felt it kind of problematic and strange that she decides to hold this information until 2 to 3 dates in. Now, granted, I don't think your first date you should let everybody know everything. I have some pretty radical takes on that. But a home, girl, a home. An apartment, you ain't even living with your mama. Like, I need to know them things, because at this point, I need to make a decision if I'm seriously going to build a relationship with this woman, or is she going to try to move in with me and live with me? Having a roof over your head is one of the basic necessities of being an adult. Like, it's a proud moment that I see on Instagram or any other social media platform when I see a friend of mine or somebody that I went to school with raise up a key, meaning that they just purchased a home or they got an apartment for the first time. Literally, not even having a car, but a home or a place to stay is something of status. And it's something to brag about. But now in 2025, being a hobosexual, not having a home, has become the new swag. It's become the thing that's fire. It's become the thing that people are going on social media and honestly shaming others who have homes because they are worried about paying rent, or they're not getting off the shit that they get, or they don't have as much money saved because they don't have to worry about putting a roof over their head.
When I was broke, I'm still broke. But when I was broke up, I was getting a lot more women, because in bed, you see when you get some pussy, you're giving the wood of your eye. When you're broke, and you ain't got nowhere to stay. There's been times I had nowhere to stay. I
kicked out the crib.
That was one.
In September 2022, I met my baby daddy one day, like September 17th. I did his hair. He didn't leave my side for 2 weeks straight. I got pregnant, like October 3rd. Didn't know I got pregnant. Didn't know I was pregnant. Found out November 1st. He was messing with another girl. Me and that girl got into it. We found out I was pregnant November 1st. November 20-something, he cheated on me. He gave me an STD. Mind you, he don't have a car, a job, or any place to stay. So What I got: a car, a job, and a place to stay.
And I know what y'all are probably thinking. There only must be a select few women who are falling for this, that are giving this man the more pussy. But no, no, no. Women want to be the men too. They want to be providers. I'm telling you, it's a phenomenon. There are people in Atlanta who are getting with thousands of women based off of the fact that they are hobosexuals.
Ladies, I'm really worried about us. You know, I found this on the app formerly known as Twitter, and I'm not sure how accurate it is. But if it is this really all it takes, ladies? A guy, you know, that you consider to be attractive, posts a sob story on social media, and you're just ready to come and swoop in to play savior for him? This bothers me because there are so many women that will risk their safety and livelihood just to have a little piece of a man. And I'm really trying to figure out what is the end game here.
You know, I would want to know it too. You don't want to seem to marry somebody who can't put a roof over their head, and you damn sure aren't having children by him. I would at least hope not. The only thing that I could see is the attraction piece. See, the thing about homosexuals is because they don't have to put a roof over their head, I'm pretty sure they don't have a car either. They're not doing the things that would take up a majority of people's income. So they have enough money, time, effort, and energy to focus on their upkeep, their lifestyle. They get facials. They're not stressed because they don't have a house. You know, they can have all the cars and shoes and clothes and makeup all they want. Now, that still wouldn't turn me on because you can be busted and disgusted and have a home. And I would think that that's more attractive. But I guess I could see the allure there. Now, I know when I'm not an expert in any field. I can admit that open in any airway. So I've decided to seek out scientific proof and evidence that explains the hobosexual lifestyle to try to make it make more sense for the viewing audience like yourself.
Okay, somebody asked me to explain the hobosexual cycle, so let's go. Okay, you start off with the bum. He doesn't want to work, okay? So he normally has a job or he gets a job, okay? Just something temporarily. He thinks he's better than it, but whatever. So he finds a chick. He's looking for a chick with a car and a place. These are the two resources that he looks for. If she has a car and a place, perfect. She's game. So he talks to her. They deal with each other. They get together, okay? So next, after he's fully secured, he knows he like her. He's fully in her place.
Okay.
And that's when he's going to leave his job, or you want to say his boss doesn't like him. This was the goal, okay? This is when he reached the zenith, okay? The boss don't like him, whatever. Sometimes they don't even have a job when they do this. Sometimes they just go straight to getting with her and getting in here, okay?
Boss level homosexual.
So 3 ways this actually can work, and he succeeded in his goal and he's straight. She has an abundance of resources. So if she has a bunch of money, like let's say she just has it to blow or spare, that's good. He's fine. She'll let him do this, okay? If she's old and just looking for companionship, he's good. If it's a trauma, she has trauma damage, you know, like some type of trauma bond with the dude, she'll do it. Like it could be they known each other for years and then he does this, or she has family members that do this, or she hates herself or something like that, or she looks nuts. The look nuts part could backfire because her friends could start gassing her like, girl, you deserve better than that, whatever. But if she looks nuts, she knows she looks nuts, and let's say this guy's kind of like relatively handsome or something, like he wouldn't mess with her unless all this was going on, then he can ride off that.
So I think I understand it now. Insecurity leads to you becoming a homosexual lover, or taking on that homosexuality. At the basis, people need to start to get their lives together, you know, figure out their own personal grievances with themselves, and then fix those things. Because if the homosexual lifestyle is what happens when you're old, ugly, desperate, destitute, you know, finding yourself in these random dive bars that you shouldn't be in on a weekday, then I think that I don't want to participate in all that. I'm not gonna lie, I don't even want a woman with a broken nail, let alone no household. I mean, these are just bare minimums to me. That just seems like so much more responsibility, and it speaks more to your character. Like, why would I want to be with somebody who doesn't want to either work or doesn't want to provide a roof over their own head, let alone meals or wheels or clothing or anything else in a relationship? They're supposed to be a partnership, but this is a mentality that you have. And I think that this starts to trickle into every facet of your life. And what's not talked about in homosexuality is what happens if the person decides, hey, I'm just not gonna leave.
You go over to girl house. You gotta hit her at her house the first time. It's the only way the plan's gonna work. And then fall asleep, but you gotta make sure it's on a day that you know she gotta go to work in the morning. If she wake up in the morning and just go to work and don't wake you up and tell you to leave or nothing like that, then just don't never leave.
Can we talk about men who you let in your house and will not leave? So, as you can already tell from looking at my past videos, I took that guy back. He claims he's single now. I don't believe him. I don't care. But I literally just needed my curtain put up today. And he came over and he was like, just make me breakfast in exchange. I love cooking, so I made him avocado toast, eggs, fruit bowl, whatever. It was fun. I was like, okay, cool. Well, thanks for coming over. He was like, let me lay in your bed. It's so comfortable. Okay. He was like, just 5 minutes. I was like, okay. 2 hours later, finally. Then he begged me to give him some schmed. So I made him some schmed. And I was like, all right, are you good? And he was like, you know what? Let's go work out. Let's go to the gym. No, I don't want to hang out with you.
We had to be fighting if you wouldn't leave my damn apartment. Should I pay for? Overall, this is why I avoid online dating. Now, I am engaged, but before that, I knew for a fact I would find somebody in my vicinity because I would not end up tricked or hoodwinked or bamboozled. I was never going to be with somebody that could only offer me some sort of vagina or head or whatever the case may be. Your sexual actions aren't going to lead to long-term partnership. I don't think that homosexuality is cool at all, but I do think it is funny to point and laugh at the people on the internet that are not only attracted to him, but also the people that are surprised when that person would leave. Because it's like, girl, what did you think would happen? At the end of the day, I want better for my brothers and my sisters. Nobody deserves to be with somebody that can't put a roof over their head, especially if that's what you already bringing to the table. It's disgusting.